everyone, welcome back. So we're back in my little Disney area and I've got the shirt to go with it because if y'all can't tell, I love me some fairy tales and I especially love My Little Mermaid. So I'm just going to go through kind of like what I'm planning to at least attempt to read this month. Most of it will be on Kindle Unlimited and will be fairy tales from like your everyday happy ending to kind of spicy from my understanding, as well as a few all over the place things from my physical TBR. So basically I've got like most of a month left on my Kindle Unlimited trial and I am making the most of that sucker. And I've got several fairy tales, one of which I already reviewed for you this week is the first in Jenna Colette's Ever Dark, Ever Deadly series, which was Cinderella's story where she got whacked at the beginning of the book, like not even 20 pages in. So I freaking loved it. That's awesome. And she has a sequel that is Little Red Riding Hood's story. And okay, we know the obvious who could potentially be the victim is, you know, her grandma and maybe her. So I'm not sure how this one's gonna go, but I'm curious. I will be reading that one. And also a story I reviewed for y'all, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, is part of the Villains Ever After series, which is 12 books written by 12 different authors. So I reviewed the Little Mermaid one for y'all already, and I just finished the Beauty and the Beast retelling, but there's also an Aladdin one that I really want to see. And this story, yeah, the way they do it is they basically blur the lines between good and evil, and what you expect to be the bad guy is a little misguided, but not necessarily evil, and they're the ones that get the happy endings. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out with the sorcerer in, that series, for the Aladdin retelling. And I've also got some kind of spicy ones, but how could I not? It's the Twisted Fairy Tale series by Jessica Aaron. And I don't really know anything about these other than I was like, what the heck, just by the title. And I kind of skimmed the synopsis. It was, you're supposed to be mature. So how spicy this is, I don't know. But the first one is Rapunzel and Robin Hood. Like, I don't know what the heck the story with that's gonna be is, but I like Rapunzel. I'm curious. And the second in the series is The Little Mermaid and Captain Hook. And this one, I read that synopsis a little bit more, and it mentions her being in his bed and how he already has a daughter, and there's a tie to needing the mermaid for something, and he's trying to blame it on, we only hooked up for her siren powers, but oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna assume that's gonna be kind of spicy, but possibly so freaking good as well. And then the last fairy tale retelling that I have for y'all, I actually just learned about this weekend from a booktuber I just found, and am totally, like, I'm loving her so far, and I will be tagging her down below so y'all can go check her out as well. And it's My Gingerbread Ever After by Erin Bedford. And again, I don't know really anything about this other than it's a Hansel and Gretel retelling, and they ticked off the witch, and Hansel's junk ended up candy cane. So yeah, that, I don't know if that's gonna be spicy, funny, or both, but I am freaking curious, so I'm gonna be trying to devour that one. And I also am halfway through the third book in A.D. Starling's Legion series, and it's a 7-part series that I want to get finished. It's basically like humans are possessed by either angels or demons or like divine beasts, with the exception of a bunny that is not exactly the cute, cuddly little bunny that he occasionally pretends to be. And we're like building up towards the apocalypse, though not the one that is mentioned in Revelations. This is a whole other demonic apocalypse of the demons got ticked off and are like, no, we got robbed the first time around when we had that angelic ward. We're coming back and we're winning. So, but they're not doing too well, because, well, I'm feeling the good guys are eventually going to win, but there's a lot going on in the meantime. So that is really freaking fun. I am loving it, especially the bunny. That is not necessarily a bunny. He's a little evil. Actually, kind of a lot evil when he's not always necessarily a bunny. I love it. And then, of course, I've got my physical TBR, which, if y'all have been following me along on that little shorts adventure, you know that I am already reading Harry Potter and, like, science blended story. That's basically, like, here's all of these topics that were mentioned in Harry Potter that you didn't necessarily notice, and they went into, like, the depth of it and researched some of the history of these topics, as well as a short story anthology by Holly Black. And I've read, I think, 3 stories in The Poison Eaters so far, which, weirdly enough, it's called The Poison Eaters and Other Stories, and Poison Eaters is the very last short story. We start off getting one about a kid that becomes a werewolf, one about vampires, one with, the devil, and how you can't trust elves. So I'm not sure what else is gonna go on, because I'm only, about a third of the way in, so I don't know what else we're gonna get into, but that's gonna be fun. And I'm thinking I will probably at least pick up a J.D. Robb murder mystery to really round everything out. And if we get through that, I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next. Y'all have kind of seen my shelves, so I'm gonna keep the Dean Koontz and, like, the witches and vampires and creepy stuff for kicking off, like, Halloween in August, unless I get through everything else before then. But I've still got probably like 40 books before I get to those to finish off the rest of my TBR, and who knows what all else I'm gonna accidentally pick up before then, even though I said I wasn't going to. And yeah, I already bought like 20 books after saying that I wasn't gonna buy anymore, so we'll see how that goes. So let me know down below which one you're most excited for, and I will see you soon. Bye! Happy reading!